behind, you can just watch and see how we do it. So, a little bit of math. Like the computer's going to do it for us. So I'm going to start my program with a when clicked. It's usually how you want to start every program. And I'm just going to put that code in there. And I'm going to ask the user to enter in two values. Enter in a number. And then I want to save that number. And it does get saved in this answer bubble. So if I run this and type in the number, and if I type in 15, it's so small you can't really see it at the bottom, but I did write 15 in there. Let me see if I could. I changed his costume. Yeah, I made his eyeball weird too. So I put in 15 and it gets saved so that I can use this number later for any equations I want. The problem is, and we learned this on Friday if you weren't here, that you can only enter in one number at a time and keep track of one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and make my own spot to hold the numbers I press. So the way I do that is under the orange, under variables, I'm going to make a variable. And I'm going to call my first one num1. Just give it a smart name so you can keep track of it. And I'm going to make a second one called num2. I always want to be able to have two numbers entered so that I can do some math with them. So right now, if you look on my screen, they're both set to 0, 0 by default. So there's nothing stored in them yet, but I'm going to store some numbers in them. The way to do that is with this blue ask command. Whenever you use a blue ask command, it creates a little input prompt down at the bottom to type in. So that's great. As soon as I ask the person, I'm going to set the variable I made to the answer bubble. Okay, that's great. And then when I run that, you should be able to see up here that if I type in 15, that 15 is saved now into the number 1 variable as well. So later on I can use the number 1 bubble. There should be a bubble for it that I can go and use. Just drag that. And now this computer sees this bubble as the number 15. And if I typed in 27, it would see this bubble as the number 27, and so on and so forth. So I can use this as a variable that can store in a number. I can do some math with it. So I just want to ask one more number. So I'm going to just do the blue ask command. Enter a second number. And I am going to use that set command to set num2 to answer. Like that. Great. So now if I run it, and I type in 11 for my first number, I can see that it's getting saved up there as 11, which is great. And if I type in 81, I can see that it is 81. If I want to add those two things together, I can easily do that. The answer is 92. Now, I could say something like, they add to 92, but that would not work. It would only work if the person typed in two numbers that added to 92. So I actually want them to do the math of it for me. And the way I'm going to do that is with this join command. So I'm going to use this join. It's under green. And I'm going to say they add up to. I'm going to put a little space there so that it spaces out. And then I'm just going to add them in here using math. So I'm going to find the plus command. All the math ones are green. This is plus, minus, times is the asterisk, and divide is backslash or forward slash, I think, forward slash. Yeah. I'm going to grab this plus command. I'm going to pull it over here. They add up to. And then I'm going to put in my num1 and num2 bubbles here that I've already set up. It's a little tricky to get them to go in. You can see that it highlights it there. Like blues it up there. Now this is a basic calculator now. So then I zoom in and run it, and I write 11 and 81. Oops. Let me just go full screen. Enter a second number. I'm going to write 81. He does the math for me. They add up to 92. I could do any number I want. I can even do negative numbers. Negative 100 plus 250. What is it? Who's good at math in here? The cat is. The derpy cat. He knows it's 150. He did the math for us. What's minus 800 plus 12,000? Should be 11,200, right? Yeah. There you go. So that's how it works.